I got you on this one, Coach. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The fanatic. Where we keep it 100, keep it real. That's the only way we know how to be. Talking that sports talk. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of South Carolina. Upstate, A64. Yeah. The FANATTIC. The fanatic where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what I see. I love the fans like they part of my team. I love the fans like they part of my team. Come rock with me. We got it jumping like it's that valley. I call my dogs out the pound, let's go eat. Turn on the fanatic, let's have a debate. Who really hold down the southeast from state to state? What team hungry gon' eat everything up off they plate? Who the next one that's really gon' step up and be great? Yeah, the FANATTIC. The fanatic where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what I see. I love the fans like they part of my team. Yeah, part of my team. I love the fans like they part of my team. Part of my team. I love the fans like they part of my team. Yeah. Don't forget to smash that like button. Comment, subscribe, all that. The fanatic. Yeah.
Welcome into the Fanatic Sports Channel for sports fans by a sports fan. It's your boy Coach I, where all my dogs at. All right, we in here for another episode of the Fanatic Football Live, sponsored by Johnson Development Group and the Tailgate Kings. I got all my boys with me. It's -1. We got JV. What's going on, JV?
What's happening, people?
We got E-Rob down at the bottom. What's up, E-Rob? How you feeling?
Man, I'm always good when Georgia wins, baby. So
Oh,
another one this week.
Got my boy CA and traveling in the car, but he joining us anyway. What's going on, CA?
I'm excited, man. I'm a passenger headed to the next destination, just like these dogs, looking down the line, trying to knock them down as we go, baby.
That's right. And of course, my boy Shawty Parker down at the bottom. What's going on, Shawty?
Once again, excited to be here, ready for another great week of debating, talking about the dog. Let's get it.
Off camera, we got our guy C-Rob, you know what I'm saying? Stat Dog C.
The ghost.
And not able to join us tonight is our guy Cool Cal. He will be back for the next episode. Let's go ahead and jump right into this thing, man. So we're coming off a good win, fellas. Good win. Just some quick thoughts on what you thought about Saturday. Shawty, what's going on?
Well, I mean, you're always excited to get the win. That's the main thing, get the W. That's what we mainly talk about and want to have anyway. But something that I was very happy to see was that, we finally starting to get some explosive plays in the offense. So, hopefully that's a sign of, people getting better, getting healthier, and, play calling getting better, a little bit of everything. So that's the main thing that I was excited to see, that, we were starting to get some explosive plays in the offense. Defense still doing their thing. I think they know what they at.
Yeah. CA, how about you, man? How them wide receivers look to you Saturday, man?
I'll be honest with you, I was a lot more pleased with the performance on the perimeter. The blocking. Let me just start with the blocking. First and foremost, I saw a lot more effort, and that's going to be imperative, especially in the run game, which opens up the passing game. I want to shout out Coach Todd Monken, because I feel like the play calling really helped to exploit what South Carolina put on the table as far as defense was concerned. But the main thing I look at is the offensive line, to be completely honest with you. I think we're developing a lot of cohesion on that line, which helps the offense just continue to tick at such a high level and continue to get better. I mean, we're not a finished product by far, but I was pleased with the effort. We'll talk about the substitutions that we all want to take a good close look at. But overall, pleased with the victory. The defense is top tier, and the offense is a work in progress.
The JV, man, your boy Brock Bowers playing that tight end position like you did, man. He continues to impress, man. What did you see out of that dude Saturday, man?
Hey, well, I'm loving this kid, man. I'm to the point right now where I don't even know if Washington need to come back and get that start. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Listen, man, the young kid is dynamic. He gives you something every single time he touches the ball. He never gets hit and is not back for a loss. He never looks like he ain't supposed to be out there. As contrary to that, he looks like he's a seasoned vet. I'm a fan of the cat. Of the kid, man. The cat and the kid. I'm a fan of. I'm gonna have to backpack what everybody else has said though, man, about the game. I like the fact that we just came out and just beat South Carolina like a drum, like we were supposed to. We ain't play around with them. We ain't let them stick around. We ain't sit around and wait for them to, you know what I'm saying, lose.
Get back in the game. Yep.
We just went on out there and put a beat stick on them like we were supposed to, the way Georgia should have. We should have covered. But I'm okay with not covering because I didn't have them in my picks.
I'm like all of y'all, man. Definitely happy for the win. South Carolina, they ain't up on our level, but like you say, me and Shawty talked about it Friday, man. We've been coming out these past 3 games, Clemson, UAB, South Carolina, and there's been no drop off in the energy level in how we playing, regardless of how the competition is. But of course, like CA said, we still a work in progress, which leads me to my first major topic, the secondary. And is it questionable? That's why I say my boy E-Rob for last. So E-Rob, I got a question for you.
Talk to me.
You played the position. When we in press man, why is it that Amir Speed 2 times don't put his hands on the receiver and change his trajectory coming off? Because if you just in man, then why be up on the line? Why not be 3 yards off the line? Because he was in press man both times, but neither time did he get his hands on the receiver when Josh Fan, he got a free release both times. What's up with that?
All right, so first off, that's a great observation by you, Coach. I can tell you was watching that game, take that all 22. I can tell you was right there on it. I can tell.
Dialed in.
Yeah, what you said is absolutely right. Amir Speed has the athletic ability to get up and press and manhandle people, and he has the kind of he can recover if he needs to. But you cannot open the gate. You cannot let, because that dude for South Carolina, that boy is fast. Yep. And if you just open the gate and just allow him to take off running, good luck. And both times, you have to commend the quarterback. He threw the ball out in front where he did. Where 6 had to accelerate to go get the ball. He didn't slow down. He didn't break stride. He actually sped up to go get the ball. Hey, boy, playing the position ain't much you can do when that happened, boy. Hey, you win that trail position, that quarterback put it out there, you just gotta hope he misses it.
Hey, like you say, it was a good throw, man. But with our front 7, man, I just feel like if we can at least get our hands on the guy, you know what I'm saying, to make him take a false step here and there. I agree.
Well, just because you're close don't mean you necessarily playing press man either.
Okay. Well, see, that's what I was asking. But I feel like
he need to put his hands on him, dog. He's a big physical guy, dog. Manhandle him. Don't open the gate and let him just take off.
See, I guess
depending on what he taking and giving, because a lot of people don't want to press because if you get beat at press, it's over. If he's just trying to give him the outside leverage and open the gate, then that's what he give him. It just depends, it just depends on what he got going on.
I guess inside leverage both times. You can't just open up to the side. You can't do that.
Well, I just said, like, if you
just got bad technique, guys. Honestly, his technique is bad. Yeah, his technique is really bad, guys.
Well, I just feel like if you playing man, but you ain't gonna put your hands on it, you already at a disadvantage because you backpedaling. So why be like?
That's not true though. That's not true,
Coach. Okay. You don't necessarily have to play press and get physical at the line of scrimmage.
No, I'm not saying you have to play press. I'm saying if you're not going to put your hands, why be that close? Because you already at a disadvantage. Why not be like 3 yards off the ball instead of nose to nose with the dude? You know what I'm saying?
That's 3, man. Three. If you 3 yards off, you in no man land. That's bad again. But
hey, well, this is what I'm saying. One of the first time he gave up that, it was 3rd and 12. So you nose to nose, you not rerouting the dude.
He wasn't ready the first time.
So like you just letting the dude run free release by you, and his speed is fast, but he ain't as fast as Josh.
I thought they quick snapped us. Did they quick snap us the first time?
On the first one, but he was ready.
He was ready.
He was ready. He just got beat.
And then
I watched it.
But with Darian Kendrick, I always have a pet peeve if it's 3rd down and you going for the pick, unless it hits you in the numbers. Like you backpedaling again at a disadvantage where the other dude has the advantage athletically in the position. He should not wait for that pick. He should have just knocked it down. But that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Let
me chime in real quick, Coach. Real quick.
All right, go ahead.
I think, personally, I would love to see him Speed play with Kendrick's confidence. Even though Kendrick ain't the best in the world, he think he is, and that matters. And he's not afraid of any play. He's not gonna make them all. But that's what I need out of Speed. I need aggression. I need somebody who's gonna take on the challenge as if he is the man. Right now, Speed is being real passive from my perspective.
Okay, let me say this real quick, guys.
Go ahead, Coach.
The final thing I want to say about the secondary is for the rest of the season, they better have everybody we play gonna take 5 or 6 deep shots. Period. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throw the ball. They're not gonna try to hitch. They're not gonna try to read nothing. That ball's going in the air. I hope we're ready for it, because that's really the only way you're gonna do something to our defense. If you hit us with the one-hitter quitter, trying to go 8, 9, 10 play drives, we're gonna get you. At some point, we're gonna get you. Yeah, so it's the shots over the top. We just cannot give those up. We don't get them up, you in trouble.
And because you can't block our front, you ain't got long to throw the ball. So
that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No hitch, no look, just throw.
Exactly. But I'm like you. I think some people will try. I don't know if they'll succeed, but I mean, everybody ain't fast like Josh Van.
Definitely try.
But they're
gonna try. I'm just saying the ball going up. I'm just letting you know. Don't be surprised. It's gonna be in there.
Outside of that, man, like I say, outside of those couple of plays, I think our secondary played pretty good. Anybody else got any thoughts on the secondary, and if we need to improve anything else? I thought the safeties played, up to standard, but I might have missed some stuff.
I got a quick question. Are we really more of a 2-shell or single high team? I'm asking my DBs and Isaiah. What do you think? 2? Let's see that. Then what my safeties at? Like, I think the safeties are gonna have to help us on these deep balls too. Hopefully we won't get exposed at the corner, but the coverage does matter always.
Well, I know they had walked Lewis Seen up a couple of times to play the tight end. So, I mean, we most of the time, I think our base defense, we in the 2 high, but every now and then they do walk Lewis Seen, because Lewis Seen can pretty much cover any of the tight ends that we play. So I think, and South Carolina supposedly has a good tight end. They never tried to throw it to him at all. I don't know if that's because Lewis Seen was on him or what it was.
They have a problem with protection.
They didn't have much time to do much.
True that.
I bet when they see single high, they going deep. That's going to be the thing. When anybody sees us roll single high, the adjustment from the receiver and the quarterback is going to be the
South Carolina did.
That's what I'm saying. Those were adjustments, I think, on the fly.
So, I mean, kudos to South Carolina for catching us like that a couple of times. Like I said, quick hitters and went over the top. But other than that, like I said, I think we just came out and did what we were supposed to do. I mean, we're better than South Carolina, and we showed it on Saturday. So, now, on the other side of the ball.
Real quick. Yeah, we clearly going to have to roll coverage.
Okay.
That other corner, it ain't happening. They both are bad in technique. Speed is way too passive. And 5, his technique bad. His technique bad, but he fast. He's really fast.
I was about to say
his technique is bad.
On the ball yet.
Yeah. So Keely Ringo, he in the Thad Parker speed range, man. He like 10-4, 10-5, something like that.
I wasn't that bad.
Don't do that, Shawty.
So he can recover. You're right, C-Rod. He got bad technique, but he can recover better than Speed. Speed more like I don't know. Speed Saturday, he looked like more of an 11 flat dude.
Speed fast as hell too, though.
But not like Keely Ringo.
Hey, let me tell you, that dude at South Carolina is fast. Make no mistake. I bet you he run 4.4, 4.3 when he come out this year or next year, whenever he come out. That boy fast. He's not just kind of fast.
Yeah. Now don't get me wrong. Look, Six is a highly underrated guy. All right.
I'm just talking about he's fast.
No, but he's a hell of a player though. He's a hell of a player.
Yeah. He's gonna play on Sunday. We saw him in high school. He's a hell of a player. I mean, yeah. So he just at South Carolina. What did he do to y'all?
Oh no, he from the high, so that's how I know about
it.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
But he a hell of a player. All BS aside, he a hell of a player.
Okay. So to the other side of the ball, man, we played, like I say, we had some explosive plays, but this gets into the second topic, man. Kirby's quarterback management. I know he came into the week and he said that he planned on going 2 drives for JT, 1 drive for Stetson, 2 drives for JT, 1 drive for Stetson.
Wow.
My question to you, Thad, coming to you, is if JT is healthy and he's the starter, I don't care how good your backup is playing in practice. He's the starter.
He need all the reps.
What's your thoughts on that, Stat?
I mean, that's pretty much how I feel. You know, if you're starting, I'm assuming you're healthy enough to play. I mean, we're going back to a few episodes ago. Like CA said, I mean, if you're on the field, you want to start in 11, you're supposed to be playing. And if you want to get Stetson some reps, let's go on and go up by 35 in the third quarter, something like that, then let him get his reps in.
Yep.
But this kind of, you know, this series thing, switching, I'm telling you what, for us, the position that we are in, if we having any kind of quarterback controversy, that ain't good.
That's true. JV. So when he played, when JT was out and he played Stetson and Carson came in first series and handed the ball off 3 straight times. But then we get into the South Carolina game, Stetson comes in, second pass play. He trying to take, what's going on with that? Like, is it this dude?
I mean, he has some loyalty to me. I didn't like it. I mean, you messing up the flow of the game. You know, this guy is a starter, and you need to let this guy get this rhythm because we're going to need this guy when it matters. You know, we might need Stetson if this guy goes down, but until that happens, I need to run with my bell cow. And so, you know, I can see why he played at that time because Kirby likes the guy.
He loves that guy.
He likes it.
Bruh. But we try.
But as far as your team needs to have that ace in the hole playing out on the field. And so it cost them that series, you know what I mean? It was and it made it look way worse than I think it really was because he came in and threw the pick.
Yeah.
But I hated the move. When I saw him come in, I literally thought to myself, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
When he first came on the field, this is before the interception. I'm like, you breaking JT rhythm.
Yep.
And it showed, like, you know, get past the interception. Our defense did what it had to do, holding them to a field goal. Right. JT first series back, we end up punting. I'm like, JT was like in a rhythm with the receivers, with the tight ends, the running backs. And it's like, I felt like he killed the rhythm. And it's like, this ain't the first time my boy done did this now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. You need to go up by 35, then you let Stetson get his reps.
Get some reps. Yep.
Exactly. Because, you know, when we talk about getting down in the East, I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but Florida seemingly put on a show, you know, keeping it close with Bama. I don't know if that changed any of y'all thoughts about how Florida is a challenger in the East, or Arkansas is 3-0, about to try to take out Texas A&M this weekend. They look really physical.
Hold up, Coach. That changes your perspective. We had Florida number 3.
Hey,
you had Missouri number 3. You need to change.
I still don't change my perspective because I don't think Alabama is the same team they've been. I don't think Alabama's the same team they've been. So that's why I'm saying that don't really change my perspective, because I'm gonna tell you what Florida won't do on us. They won't run the ball and try to win on us like they did against Alabama. I can tell you right now, you ain't running the ball on Kirby Smart as your main focus, trying to run the ball. So if that's what your plan is, Florida, I'm more worried about Arkansas than I am Florida. I'll just be honest.
I'm gonna tell you where having a quarterback who's mobile changes the whole game plan.
True.
Because you got to add a whole nother man in the box. And the way we like to play defense, we haven't had to worry about a quarterback just, you know what I'm saying, doing what Florida quarterbacks can do.
True, but tell me a mobile quarterback that's really hurt Kirby at Georgia.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We haven't played a quarterback as of yet that we've had to worry about that could hurt us with his legs like that. But when you finally do, it's very hard to play so much man-to-man, especially if you ain't getting to him.
Yeah, I get you. I think Kirby, that's why Kirby been installing some zone, you know, for situations like that. I think he did that for Florida because Florida was killing us with the running back wheel routes last year in all that man coverage. So, like I say, I mean, who else in the East, if anybody, do y'all think might be a challenger, E-Rob?
I mean, it's Florida. I mean, I really don't see anyone else that we have to worry about. I think that Florida game is going to be like it is every year. That game is for the East, pretty much. That game right there is the de facto play-in game for the Eastern side. That's it. So Florida. It's all about Florida.
CA, no worries about Arkansas and Sam Pittman getting them up for the game?
I mean, you know, I'm a week by week guy, so I'm definitely worried about Arkansas. I'm worried about Kentucky. Kentucky's got a high-powered offense. I'm looking at Vanderbilt square in the eyes this week, so I'm not going to take anybody lightly. One thing I wanted to comment on real quick is the Stetson Bennett piece. It didn't make sense to me either, fellas, until after the game. And we sit here and we talk about nobody's going to run the ball on us. Kirby knows he's got a whipstick on defense. I think he's looking at if JT's coming off missing a whole game, if they pre-planned, it threw his rhythm off. But if it was predetermined and both quarterbacks already knew Stetson was going to get that third drive, I really don't see a problem with it, especially if Kirby knows deep in his heart, we're going to whoop these boys by 30 anyway. If he feels like we have the talent, if we are as strong as he thinks we are, I think it's good to, it might look better if we're up 35 and put Stetson in, but Stetson did earn a little bit of cachet with that last performance. He came in through the pick. The cachet is out the door. Now we back on schedule, getting JT on. So I didn't agree with it. I was in the stadium. And it wasn't boos for Stetson. It was really more toward Kirby on what are you doing? Yeah. And after
that's what I'm saying. You know what you get with Stetson. See, like it ain't no, you know what I mean? You know what you got.
My thing is not like if you pre-plan it, okay, on Saturday you already pre-planned it. My question is, and I think everybody else's question is, why was it pre-planned?
Why? Yeah. My thing is, hold on, real quick, CA. Okay. I like JT, but he needs those reps. He needs every rep he can get. He ain't like he done played 22 seasons. He needs reps at Georgia. He needs every rep. He needs situational football. We ain't got, if you're healthy, get your ass out there. You making more money than damn coaches. You need to be out there, but he needs the reps. Man, we're gonna get in the deep water here in a minute. That don't need to be his first time in this situation, in that situation. He need to be on the field.
I appreciate what you're saying. I'm not here to discount it. I'm saying he's coming off of missing a whole game. The third drive, we're gonna give you a breather. If that's the only drive. I mean, I see what you're saying, but I'm thinking maybe if Kirby already anticipated it, if he only wanted that drive for Stetson. I mean South Carolina won.
Get that drive in the third quarter when we up 35.
Right. He can get all the drives he wants. He can get all the drives he wants. He can get all the rest he wants in the third quarter.
Oh man. Okay. Looking down the schedule, so we don't see nobody on the East. So JV, I know you picked them to be second in the West. You see Auburn as a threat to us, or anything like that?
I'm still liking what I'm seeing out of Auburn right now, man. Yeah, I still like them to finish second in the West. And I told you heard it here first. They damn sure won't be finishing last. I promise you that. They look good, man. They put up, they had some decent competition. They realistically should have won that Penn State game. They should have won it. And so I look at what they got on their side of the division. Of course, you know Alabama, man. Alabama's Alabama, but everybody else is suspect at best. So why not them?
I got you. Outside of the SEC, man, we got some people that came into the season with a lot of hype. We always in it to try to get to the playoffs. We beat one of the contenders first game, Clemson. They haven't looked too good. I had a Clemson fan tell me that we broke Clemson. I was like, I don't know if we broke Clemson as much as they got some they're not in sync on offense, so to say. Ohio State lost to Oregon. Oklahoma, they up and down. So who else we see that's a possible contender for these playoffs? What about you think?
Well, to me, it's still kind of the usual suspects. I mean, you still got Oklahoma, and you still got Ohio State. I mean, not really much has changed. It's just kind of, a little bit of difference because you got some of the main, usual players have lost early. That's the thing about when you one of the main powers, you can lose early, and by the end of the season, you're still right back in the same spot as long as you handle your business. You know what I mean? So I'm not sold on Oregon at all yet.
That's what I was
I'm not sold on them at all yet. So I'm still going with the usual other suspects. You got Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, Ohio State, and Clemson.
Okay. So JV, Penn State, no love. They actually probably have name recognition wise, they probably have the 2 best wins so far this season.
That's why they done moved up so far so fast, because they have had the best wins this season. I think you got to give them a little love. I can't wait to see, how they fare out with the rest of their schedule. I don't think that they're by any means a team that could come into the SEC and win either of our divisions, but I think they're playing some really good football. Okay. So you got to give them a little bit of props on that. Ohio State looks completely underwhelming to me. I mean, underwhelming, ing. So I'm really not feeling them at all above Penn State. But hey, listen, man, I think it's gonna be a good season where you're gonna have the same cats who are still gonna be vying to be in the playoffs and vying for the national championship. The
so you see Penn State beating Ohio State?
I see it being a great game. I can't say I see them beating them, but I don't see them getting beat down. I put it like that.
You ain't say it with your chest.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen. I'm saying they look good though. I mean, they done had 2 top 10 wins.
CA, any love for the Pac-12, man? With UCLA and Oregon undefeated so far. It's early, but they still undefeated.
Exactly, it's early, so I'm not gonna write anybody's ticket outside of my own right now. I don't believe in anybody outside of Alabama and Georgia because no one's proven it yet. It's still too early for me to determine. I mean, everyone's mentioned the usual suspects, and I don't see anything outside of that that's special. You got to be special to win a championship. There's going to be hiccups along the way, but right now I haven't seen anything that's jumped out at me that looks impressive. Miami fell off. North Carolina fell off. There's been a lot of people that have gotten out of the way. No one has stepped up, though.
I got you. E-Rob, no love for Ole Miss. They got to take on Alabama. They got a bye week. Alabama got a bye week. No love for Ole Miss.
No, they're going to get smashed. I think Alabama, Nick Saban loves this. He loves when they go out there and have a hard time or have a tough, but he wants to win. But this gives him a way to ride that team, to get that team back focused and get them back to being, what they do and what they do. What I want to say about the playoffs, though, it sets up perfect for Georgia this year. With all what y'all said, the usual suspects, everybody has issues, if we can't do it this year, that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm with y'all, man. I think it's the usual suspects. Although I don't know what's going on with Oklahoma. Oklahoma played Tulane close, then Nebraska lost to Illinois and a couple other teams, and then they went into Oklahoma and it was a 5-point game. So I don't know what's going on. I know they got the potential to score on anybody, but maybe they're just getting the kinks out. Like CA said, it's early in the season, man. Of course, Alabama. I mean, we'll see what Ole Miss claim to have a defense this year, so they're gonna get tested next week.
We'll see. Yeah, we done heard about them.
I like Ole Miss.
I like
Ole Miss. It's just we gonna cannibalize ourselves. It's just so much over in the West, man. Like it's brutal in the West. Yeah. It's brutal.
So how you feeling about like what you see from Texas A&M? That
I'm still not sold on them because of the quarterback position. I mean, I like a lot of the other pieces they got going around. But when you don't have the right trigger man, it's kind of like, with Clemson is facing, granted, he's a great athlete, he's a great stud. Yeah. He's just not playing up to his potential. Same thing with us, some people would say in the past. When you don't have the right trigger man, it's just going to be tough on you. It's all the other deficiencies just show up.
That's true. That is definitely true. And the guy at Clemson, DJ Uiagalelei, definitely not looking like what they need to. I mean, it's the ACC, though, so, I don't
say his name like you an interpreter.
Hey, dog,
it's smooth.
It was smooth.
It's all vowels. It's all vowels, dog. So it ain't that hard. But I still think they'll breeze through the ACC. But if it's a whole bunch of one-loss teams, the way they looking, if they don't look better, I don't know if they'll get in. And even though I don't think, I'm with JV, I don't think Ohio State has looked good. I'm also with that thinking who gonna beat them in the Big Ten? You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
It's like. I mean, Michigan is, looking good right now, but who they playing?
They ain't playing nobody.
My boy Mel Tucker, I'm a Mel Tucker fan. He looking good, but I don't think they got the horses to handle Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a believer in the Pac-12. I don't. Oregon struggle with Fresno State, so I'm not believing that hype. So just the usual suspects, man. And if we do what we have to do, like I saw on Twitter, this dude was rooting for Florida. A Georgia fan said he's rooting for Florida against Alabama. I said, man, not in a million years would I ever.
It was in our best interest for Alabama to win.
I said, if we do what we got to do, I don't care what none of them jet legs do. I
understand, but if you just kind of playing the chess game, which everybody does. I mean, you'd rather play a number one Alabama and beat them in the SEC championship, or even lose to them to strengthen your chance of making the playoff.
Plus, I want to be the ones to knock them off. I don't want them to be tainted when we get there.
Well, I mean, it don't matter. It don't matter. But it don't matter for as long as you win at the end. I don't care how many games they lost. They were there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's a chess game too. So you got to be pulling for Alabama in that particular instance.
Okay, so is Florida for real?
No, Alabama.
I said it's Florida for real.
Oh.
I think they had a lot. I personally think
I'm surprised with the athletes.
I think I've always thought they had talent. I just don't believe in them as a whole. I think they had a lot of stuff working for them.
It worked. They had a good game.
They had a good game. They had a good game, but like it's been a while since I've seen somebody run on Alabama. The way they ran on Alabama. I know the quarterback played a factor, but they was in the swamp. You've been a whole year without crowds, and Bryce Young, he handled himself pretty well, but he ain't the only young guy that haven't played in front of them crowds. That's kind of what I'm not worried about it, but I'm eager to see when we go on the road, and I think it's going to be Auburn when we play Auburn at Auburn. Like JT Daniels mentioned the crowds when he first got to Georgia, but he hasn't played in front of one of those crowds. The Clemson game was half and half. He's never been in a stadium that big with everybody rooting against you. None of like Jermaine Burton, none of our sophomores and freshmen have played it. So I'm interested to see if we get out to a fast start in those type of games or if it takes us a while to get going. So with that said, I know one of the extra topics is we all saw that George Pickens is back at practice and has been for about 2 weeks. What we thinking? Me and Erod kind of touched on it. Should George come back or should George chill out bad?
I mean, it's all about his being healthy. I mean, if he's healthy, I mean, why? Well, I know why, but I mean, if he's healthy, but I mean, we need you. I mean, you still got the G on your back and on the helmet. If you're healthy, we need you. You got somebody trying to, we're trying to win a national championship. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I can see the other side of the coin. If this is a chance for you to make some money, meaning going to the NFL. But I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This kid gonna go to the NFL anyway if he's healthy. But we need to get a little bit more film on. Can we get some more film on?
I feel that. CA, what you thinking? Should he sit if he healthy? Should he sit or come back and like that say help us try to get that natty and get some more film? Because there's some people out there that say George Pickens might be a third rounder because he ain't got a lot of film.
Yeah, the NFL don't say that though. If he wants to play, then he should come back. If he don't want to play, then he shouldn't. Because what we need is cohesion. We need for JC to be comfortable with whomever is already out there. And I think that goes back to what JV was saying about the tight end position. We don't want to mess up what's already working for us. And I think that's also been echoed when guys were talking about why did we take JT out of the game earlier for Stetson for one series. Offense has to have a cohesiveness about it. Quarterbacks get used to throwing certain guys the ball. Yes, he's special. We'd love to have him back, but I don't want it to disrupt the rotation if the rotation has found itself at a later point in the season. We got a lot of guys at the wideout spot that are looking to continue to make plays and to show development. Of course, you want your big dog back, but only if he's 100% and if he wants to be back, because him wanting to be back could add a boost, could lift the room, could, bring the play to a higher level. But it's got to be a situation where it works for both sides. I'd hate to try to force him into the lineup just because he's back, that's what it looked like with Clemson when Ross came back. I don't want a forced issue. I want it to be a natural progression if he's ready.
That's true. And with Ross, I know Ross, there's some disgruntledness with Ross and DJ Uiagalelei because Ross wanted the ball a lot and DJ just trying to spread the ball around and win. So, but that's you know, that goes to the cohesion that CA mentioned. To close it off, I'm gonna go to JV and get your thoughts before we move on to the picks. What you think about the situation, JV?
Man, I don't think I could put it any better than what both of these guys have said already. I just want the kid to be healthy. You know, you don't need to go out there if you're not healthy and if your mind isn't in it. Because you want to make sure that you're bringing the other guys around you up. You want to make sure you're giving the quarterback, that team, that offensive side of the ball, the absolute best play that you could possibly give them. And, you know, I would hope, you know, I actually, you know, I have a lot of faith in Ron Corson, man. He is a really solid, super solid guy in that medical field and on that medical staff. He the guy. So I don't think that this guy would even be out there risking injury or harm, even at practice. I think he's close. And if he can play, I think we're going to need him maybe like in 2 or 3 games down the road.
October.
Yeah, not, you know, right now, let's go ahead and let's let him get his sea legs up on him, because remember, this guy ain't had no running. He ain't had no win and no endurance building. So he need to kind of get himself together. Let him get himself together 100%. Let him get himself together 90%, 95%. And then let's go ahead and see what he can do on one of these games where we tune it up against somebody, so then we can go into this heat with one of our main bell cows.
All right, E-Rob, you want to
real quick, guys. I hear what y'all saying, and everybody, because we all want what's best for him, for George Pickens at the end of the day. Do what's best for you. Guys, he'll be 6 months from an ACL surgery. Y'all keep saying if he's 100%. Y'all know good and damn well he ain't going to be no 100%. 6 months from ACL surgery. Y'all know that.
Oh, so this ain't the same ACL surgery you were getting either.
That was, he said it ain't the same surgery. You know, they got better technology. Plus, like we kind of talked about, like when Nick Chubb tore his, it was like all of the muscles, all the ligaments. But when they said
cats blowing out ACLs on everywhere, dog, they ain't coming back in 6 months, brother. That's all I'm saying. With the new technology and all that, I'm just saying, dog, you just putting yourself in a lot of peril. In 6 months to come back, I mean, if you can, okay, cool, I'll take it. But just come on, bro. Just think about your career. You're 19 years old, bro. You got a long time to play and a lot of dollars to get.
True.
That's all. You know,
he can come.
If he can come help Georgia, of course. But I just
he can come back in December.
well, you know, the rumors was that he would be ready for Florida. I was telling E-Rod, if he gonna be ready, I honestly will. If that's the first game he ready, let's just hold him out another week. You know, let him play against Charleston.
Is it 80%? If he's 80%, does that help us? That's my question. If he's 80% of what he normally is, does that help us?
So
depends on how the room is looking at that point. It depends on how the room is looking.
I think that's all you're gonna get. 80%. Dude's coming back. It take 2 years for you to have total confidence. You talking about 6 months?
Hold on, folks. This ain't the same. This ain't the same ACL surgery they were doing back in that first
Ron called him a freak the other day.
I believe he is a freak. He still ain't gonna do 80% 6 months out. I mean, that's
6 months. 6 months. Yeah, 6 months tough.
I got it.
6 months is tough, man.
I'm trying to run just like JV.
Exactly. On to these picks,
Believable.
man. Before we get on the sideline with Stat Dog C to explain the picks for this week for a couple of our guys, we'll go over where we at from last week and overall. So last week, Cal and E-Rod was 4-2. So they was at the top with 4-2. Me and CA was 3-3. Thad and JV's 2-4. And my boy C-Rod bringing up the rear 1-5. So overall, tied for first is me and Cal tied for first at 11-6. JV and E-Rod tied for third, 9-8. CA standing alone at fifth at 7-5. Thad is 6 with 8-9, and C-Rob is the lonely 3-8.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Take that mic and please, you embarrassing us.
Oh, C-Rob. So this week, to even things up, we all have a bye. CA and C-Rob will be making their picks, and we can discuss the games a little bit. C-Rob, you got them games for us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hopefully it's a better week. But anyway, we got Wake Forest at Virginia. Wake Forest is +4, and the over-under is 67.5. I'm taking Wake Forest with the +4.
They at Virginia, you said?
Yeah.
I know about that.
I'll go ahead and take Virginia. I'm gonna go ahead and sneak out of there.
It's at Wake Forest, Coach I?
No, I know. I was thinking you said Virginia, and I was just thinking if Wake can actually go to Virginia and pull that off. I don't know.
Well, now hold on. Are we taking the picks, or are we taking wins and losses? Or are we doing this off like when I say +4?
+4. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that I don't know if they can go to Virginia and cover the 4.
Yeah,
okay. All right. You said win, but I got you.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Okay, next game.
And why ain't nobody did their picks?
Well,
y'all the only two.
Yeah, y'all the only two picking.
I ain't hear you, CA. I cut y'all, CA. My bad. What'd you say?
Virginia, baby.
Okay. All right. Then we got Liberty -6 at Syracuse. The over-under is 52.
How is Liberty giving up points to say what
because
the hell is going on?
Because Hugh Freeze scores a lot of points and Syracuse sucks.
Remember my boy quarterback transferred from Auburn, Malik Willis, up for the Heisman, baby. That's what exactly. I'm rooting for it.
If Hugh Freeze can't do nothing, he can put up some points.
Right.
Hey, that boy, the quarterback a beast though.
Yeah.
He is a beast.
Listen, man, us 6 and about 5 more dudes might be able to score on Syracuse. Dog, I'm gonna be honest with you. They rough, bro. They rough. They rough.
I'm gonna take Liberty with the points though.
I got Liberty.
Actually, scratch that, Coach. I'm gonna take Syracuse.
Okay.
Even better.
Make it interesting then.
You're trying to gain some ground.
Yeah. I gotta do some, folks. I gotta do some.
All right, what's the next game, C-Rob?
All right, we got Notre Dame at Wisconsin. Notre Dame is giving up 5.5, and the over/under is 46.5. I'm gonna take Wisconsin.
Listen, while CA is pondering on his pick, like again, we ain't no betting analysts and that, but if you are gonna put some money on it, put it on the under. This game might be 17-14.
I agree with that.
I'm gonna step outside of the box and go Notre Dame with the upset.
No, Notre Dame +5 or -5?
No,
Notre Dame +5. Notre Dame +5.
Yeah, Notre Dame giving the points.
Well, I'm still claiming Notre Dame.
Okay. What's up next, C-Rob?
Got Mizzou at Boston College. Mizzou -2.5. The over/under is 59.
Take the over.
I'm gonna go ahead and take I'm gonna take Mizzou. I'm gonna take Mizzou.
That's at Boston College.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'll still take Missouri.
Good pick. They quarterback out for the season.
Missouri quarterback out?
No, Boston College.
Boston College. I like how you saved that for after we pick. I appreciate it.
All right, we got UAB at Tulane.
Ugh.
UAB -4. The over/under is 56.5.
UAB +4.
I'm going with the Green Wave.
But C-Rod, you be picking some games, what?
You need some crazy games, man.
Tulane got a good quarterback. I'm telling you, UAB they're gonna lose twice. They're gonna lose to Georgia twice. They ain't recovered from that.
Tulane solid. Yeah, I seen Tulane play. They solid.
They should have beat Oklahoma or whoever they had early.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
So,
Oklahoma was up, man. They was up big. They let off the gas. They was up big.
Oh man, they was in the game, man. Tulane.
No, Tulane was always in the game, dog.
No, they were down like 3 scores, gentlemen. Early on.
In the first quarter.
Oklahoma let off the gas. But that letting off the gas ain't it if you up 3 scores in the first quarter? You need to keep mashing the gas.
Your defense can't never get out the gas. They ain't bring one.
Damn good point.
So who's the HBCU game of the week?
Hey, There we go. I'm gonna take UAB.
All right.
Last but not least, we got Alabama State at Bethune-Cookman. Alabama State.
And CA don't have to pick that one, but CA, if you was picking that one, who would you pick?
I got a special place for Bethune-Cookman. Me and E-Rob got the same theory on how we pick HBCUs. Shout out to Bethune-Cookman.
But isn't CA down one extra game? Isn't he down? Don't he need to pick an extra game?
No, CA came in on our first week we did 5. Our second week we did 6. CA came in on 6, so he only needs to do 5 to make up. C-Rob picked the first week where he only picked 5 and missed the second week when we did 6, so he needs the extra game. So if I was picking, I'd go with Alabama State. They got the
Yeah, me too.
I think they got a better quarterback. I don't know.
Bethune-Cookman suck.
They just got a better program.
See, Rob, you got any trivia for us today, man?
No trivia this week, gentlemen. No trivia.
All right. No trivia. Oh, shout out to UGA for celebrating the first 5 Saturday before the game as well. I meant to get that in at the beginning of the show. Anybody got any hot takes or anything before we get off this call?
I got one.
Oh, CA, go ahead.
Real quick, man. Shout out to Johnson Development and Tailgate Kings for sponsoring these lovely chats. I really enjoyed and appreciate it. I look forward to the next event.
Cool.
Indeed, appreciate it.
Dad,
be on the lookout.
Yeah, I did on that as well. But one thing I will say is that, coming into the season, I was kind of, banging us on how, which we don't have nothing to do, but our schedule was, fairly weak other than the 2 games we had with the ranked teams. But as the season has progressed, it's kind of folding out to be a pretty nice schedule because Auburn, Arkansas, and possibly Kentucky can be ranked when we play them. So, you don't went from 2 ranked teams to possibly 5. So,
that's true. That's true. Back to like CA said, you play it week to week, and then you go from there because we don't know. Hell, Arkansas might upset Texas A&M this weekend, which I'm
definitely watching that game. I'm watching that game.
Me too. Yeah. I'll be in Nashville with the Dog Nation, but watch after we done beat up on Vandy.
I got a message to our head coach, Kirby.
All right. As if he's watching.
Leave JT in the game, man. JT needs the reps. You hear me?
I respect that. I respect that.
You hear him, Coach Smart? we need our boy JT to get the reps so we can be ready when the big time.
He needs them, man. He needs every rep he can get.
I'm with y'all. I'm definitely with y'all.
In the game.
Like you said.
Especially with you injecting new, players coming in from week to week getting healthy. I mean, like, timing. You need all of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if JV, you got anything before we close this thing out?
Man, I just want to give a huge shout out, man, to number 19, Mr. Tight End extraordinaire right now, man, showing out and showing up on a weekly basis, doing his thing, inline blocking, running routes, catching passes, and pulling off from DBs, bro. Salute you, homie.
Salute the Brock Powers.
And the extra little thing on that, we got some tight ends on the hook that are looking to come to Georgia, and they're seeing this kid perform the way he's performing, dog. And those kids are like, they're really excited about coming to Georgia. So hopefully we keep this going for the rest of the year.
Shout out for using them.
Yeah.
That part.
They also starting to use what I also noticed, man. We're starting to use a little bit more motion, which is what I've been clamoring for. He's starting to put a little bit more motion. Yeah, he started helping the quarterback out using a little bit more motion than the offense.
Make the defense identify.
Make them identify, make them switch up.
Yep.
And just, I see he trying to get old boy on the perimeter with number 4, Cook. He used a little bit more, getting him on the perimeter. So, I'm starting to see a little bit of evolving in the offense as well.
Back to what, like CA said earlier in the convo, we slowly evolving. Each week is good that we ain't at our peak right now because we don't want to peak too early. We want to peak at the right time. So shout out to everybody.
And we keep getting pieces. We getting pieces as we go along. We getting a little bit more bullets every week. So that's a good thing.
Well, we hard on them, so we got to give them their flowers too. You know what I mean? Since we hard on them, we got to give them their flowers.
True.
We better get that set. We better get them corners right. It bombs over Baghdad.
You know it's coming. It's coming.
For real.
All right,
Hey,
JB, you
quick question for the gallery. Anybody know what's going on with Arian Smith? Why isn't this guy?
He got a contusion. He got a contusion on his toe when he went up for the ball for Carson Beck against UAB.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So Smart held him out.
Good call.
Yeah. So
I like him. I love him.
Yeah, we got a lot of pieces, like you say, and we slowly coming along. And like I say, we want to be peaking at the right time. So I'm glad that we are making the progress at the speed that we're making the progress. So when we get ready to be at October 30th against Florida, and then afterwards, hopefully, on down the line, we gonna be right when we need to be right. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody out there in YouTube land, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and get in the comments. Tell us what you think. Tell us, did you agree with us? Did you not agree with us? I don't care what it is. We in here for all the smoke, if that's what you want.
Bring it.
And don't forget to tune in every Thursday for Fanatic Football Live, sponsored by the Johnson Development Group and the Tailgate Kings. For JV, E-Rob, Thad, CA, C-Rob behind the scenes, and our boy missing in action, Cool Cal. I'm Coach I. This is the Fanatic, and we out. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.